What's going on YouTube? It's Zero Exploit. Today I'm doing TomGhost from TryHackMe. This box is marked easy. There is a CVE-2020-1938 file read inclusion vulnerability known as ghostcat in the Tomcat-ajp protocol. This is enabled by default with a default configuration port of 8009. A remote unauthenticated attacker can exploit this vulnerability to read web application files from a vulnerable server. An instance where the vulnerable server allows file uploads, an attacker can upload malicious JavaServer pages, known as JSP code, within a variety of file types and trigger this vulnerability to gain remote code execution known as a RCE. We'll be using a public Tomcat-ajp proof of concept exploit from searchsploit that will dump SSH creds from the server. We'll then log into the server using SFTP and download some interesting files. From there, we'll crack a PGP encryption key using GPG2John to make a hash file and then use Johnny to crack the hash. And then use GPG to decrypt the key using the passwords we cracked with John. And then once decrypted, we'll be getting a new set of creds that will allow us to log in via SSH as a unprivileged user, and then escalating our privilege by taking advantage of the misconfiguration of the sudo command. So let's get to hacking.
Exploit. Hackers attack.
Okay, so the first thing we want to do is deploy our machine and get our IP. As soon as you get your IP, go ahead and copy and highlight it. And let's go ahead and export our IP. So export, uppercase IP is equal to our IP. And now we can do our nmap scan. So TAC SC, TAC SV, TAC SS, TAC OA, nmap, scan, and then $IP. So the reason why we export our IP is so we don't have to enter the IP every time. All we have to do is use the $, uppercase IP, and it will work. So I've already done the scan, so let's go ahead and clear this out real quick. And let's check out and see what ports that we have open. All right. As you can see, we have 4 ports are open: 22, 53, 8009, and port 8080. So let's go ahead and check out port 8080. As you can see, we have just a default Tomcat web page. We know that it's running 9.0.30. Okay, and for this ghost, if you, all right, ghostcat, what Tomcat does it affect? Go ahead and let that. Okay, so ghostcat affects the default configuration of Tomcat, and many servers may be vulnerable to attack directly from the internet. Okay. From what I read earlier, it will affect any, well, it will affect any of the 9.0.30s and up, I believe, or down. Other than that, what we can do now is, as you can see, we had a port 9008. So if we go to 9008, it doesn't take us anywhere. We can do some GoBuster and brute force directories on 9008. I've tried it and it just won't connect at all. We could do the same thing for the port 8080 for the Tomcat, for the default Tomcat, and still only gives you a couple of different directories that weren't really any help. So let's just go ahead and we can go ahead and clear this out and use searchsploit to search for ghostcat. As you see, we have one exploit. Go ahead and copy this. And now we can use searchsploit, tag M for mirror. So it will copy it into our directory. We're going to name it something else though. I'm going to name it ghostcat.py. Go ahead and clear that. Let's do Python ghostcat tech h. See what we get. Okay, I spelled Python wrong. All right, so we get tech H for help, tech P for ports, and tech F for file. And it's saying to use this file path, so we'll use the same file path that's right here. And let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to do tech P for port 8009, and then tech F for the file. Oops. Okay. Let's go ahead and copy that. And then RIP. All right, let that go. It should give us some credentials. All right, so our credentials are right here. So let's go ahead and keep track of these. Write some notes. All right. Okay, so the IP address, we'll put that on there too as well, which is 1010. All right. Put that there. We'll put creds for SSH. All right. Go ahead and copy these. All right. Okay, guys, I had a quick phone call I had to take, so I'm back. All right. So we have the credentials for SSH. Username Skyfuck. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit more organized. And we also have the password, bunch of random stuff. We're going to use SFTP to download some files, see what they have. Now, if you don't know what SFTP stands for, it stands for Secure File Transfer Protocol. Is basically a secure version of File Transfer Protocol, which is FTP. And it basically facilitates data access and data transfers over a secure shell known as SSH. Okay, so let's go ahead and use FTP. Oh no, SFTP and Skyfuck at the IP. Go ahead and hit enter. Double check, see how much time I got. All right. And then we can go ahead and enter the password. And then we can check and see what files it has. This just makes it easier to download files instead of using SCP to download files. So go ahead and hit dir for directory. You can even type in ls too to check and see what's in the directory. I believe so. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, so we see two files. We see a credential.pgp and we see a tryhackme.asc. Okay, so we need these two files in order to get the encryption keys, and we're going to use the TryHackMe.asc to make a hash file for Johnny to crack. Once we get the password from that, then we're going to use GPG to decrypt this file with the password that we get from this file, and this will give us new credentials for a different user named Merlin. And I'll show you guys how to do all this. So let's go ahead and do get credentials. Did we just lose our... No, we didn't. All right. Go ahead and fetch that. All right, and then we want to get the TryHackMe.asc. It's a pretty slow connection for this box, and I'm actually using the VIP for TryHackMe, which should make these boxes run a little bit more faster. Okay, let's go ahead and exit out of that. Now that we exit out, we can use GPG to John to make that hash file. So let's do GPG to John. Actually, just to show you guys, we can actually file that TryHackMe, see what it is. ASIC text, which is most likely a key. So we can actually go ahead and cat that. And as you can see, it's our key right there. So let's go ahead and clear, make this a little bit nicer. GPG to John. And then put it into a hash file. All right. Let's double check, make sure we got the hash. All right, and then we're going to use Johnny to crack this. I've already done this box before, so it's going to crack pretty fast. All right, here it is. And okay. All right, there we go. So it's Alexandra. Okay, so the key pass word is Alex Andrew or something like that. Andrew. Go ahead and exit out of that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use GPG to import the TryHackMe.asc, and then we're going to decrypt that credential one. So GPG import TryHackMe. All right, and then we're going to do a GPG decrypt the credentials. Oops, I spelled decrypt wrong. All right, so type in that password that we got, which was Alex. I believe it was spelled, yeah, Alex Andrew, which should give us a password and a username. So now we got Merlin, and we got this long password. Go ahead and copy that. So SSH creds for Merlin. Okay, now something I want to show you guys first. All right. So let's go ahead and just paste this. Now I want to show you that you can log in to the the user Skyfuck on SSH. So we'll do that real quick, just so you guys can see. Skyfuck at $IP Go ahead and copy that password. All right, go ahead and paste it. Hit enter. All right. So if we were to do a sudo tag L, we don't have any permissions to run anything using sudo. Go ahead and enter that, re-enter that password again. All right, as you can see, it says, sorry, user Skyfuck may not run sudo on Ubuntu. So we can't run sudo at all. So with the sudo configuration file won't allow, it's not set up to allow us to run any sudo commands. So we have to escalate to a different user that has that privilege to run a certain sudo command. You know, like whether if it's they're allowed to run sudo bin bash or sudo tar or sudo vim without having to enter a password. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log in as Merlin. All right, get this password right here. Go ahead and paste that, hit enter. Okay, now we're logged in as Merlin. So if we did sudo now, tac L, we're allowed to run zip, all right, using sudo. So we can do like sudo zip, and we don't need to enter a password, okay? So first thing we need to do right now is we need to get the user flag. So if we hit ls and Merlin, go to cd home, okay, then Merlin, hit enter. This is where the user flag will be. So we can go ahead and cat that real quick. This is 250 points by getting the user flag, okay? And it's 500 points to get the root flag. All right, so we're going to take advantage of this misconfiguration with the sudo because sudo is allowing us to use zip. Now, the way how we can exploit this to get to escalate our privileges is you can just go and Google GTFO bins and go ahead and scroll down and just type in zip. All right. All right. And as you can see, it says shell sudo. So you can actually just copy and paste this. All right. And it'll give you root like right away. But I want to do something different. I want to show you guys something, a different way of doing this if this doesn't work for you. So what you can do is we can type in touch to the TMP directory and make, actually, my bad, not touch. We can make a directory in the TMP, call it test. Okay. We then use sudo zip, okay, sudo zip, then tmp, then test.zip. So we'll do tmp test.zip, okay. And then what we're going to do is type in tac uppercase T and then tac unzip tac command. Okay, so tac uppercase T, tac unzip tac command is equal to, okay, all right, and then what we'll do is run a command now. So we're going to run bash. So we'll do sh tech c, then bin bash. Okay, so sh tech c, bin bash, and then hit enter, and it should work. Nothing to do. Okay. tmp sudo zip tmp test. This should have worked. So let's go to the tmp directory real quick. Make sure that file was made. Okay. Let's rerun this. It's probably not allowing us to run it in that thing. Well, that's weird. That should have worked. Okay. Test. Must have entered something wrong. Okay, sudo zip tmp test.zip tmp. You know what I forgot? I forgot something. I forgot to add one more thing. I forgot to specify the file that I wanted to zip. It should work now. And we're root. So there we go. So a little trial and error, but we got it. We got root. So we can actually go ahead and cd into the root directory. And we can cat that root.txt. And we got the flag. So that's it. We've got roots. We are finished with this box. And I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. If you guys want to learn more about this, if you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll be glad to answer any questions you guys have. I would also suggest to look up and do a little research on what you saw today. You know, look up ghostcat and pseudo misconfiguration and how it can be easily exploited. And if you want to learn more, just keep watching my videos, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment, share the video, and I hope you guys have a great week, and keep on hacking.